Okay, so in this beautiful Melbourne weather, which we always have down here, we're just having a look at some these parabolic springs. I'm pretty wrapped in them, as you can see, but we're doing some testing with them. The advantage of them is that we've got much more flex in them, and that gives us the ability to twist easily. It takes a shock load off the crown and pinion when you accelerate and decelerate. And they're much lighter unsprung weight, and they transmit a lot less shock onto the chassis. They're a great thing, no interleaf friction. Actually, the leaves don't touch each other until you get actually a reasonable load on them. We've been putting overloads on them, we've been testing them as I like to do, more than we should, but you know, no trouble at all. If there's any questions about it, give us a call. But great things. Parabolics, that's the way to go. We're going to do some measurements now. We're going to put 3 times the weight on it should be. Parabolics are probably only half the weight of an ordinary spring, so you've got the advantage of less unsprung weight. But I'll measure it now, and then we'll put a load on it and just see how far it goes down. So that measurement says 960 millimetres. I'll just check the other side. Outer side I am, outer side, out of mind. And that's exactly 960 mil as well. It's going to put 1,000 litres of water on here, and we'll just measure it again, because they're really only 500 kilogram springs, but we want to see whether they'll stand a load of a caravan or whatever other people put in, their mother-in-law, or a load of wood. So we're going to put 1,000, it's about 900 kilos. And I've been doing some running around with this to actually see whether it'll stand the weight or not. Not that we're going to advertise it for that sort of weight, but if we've tested it for this, it'll certainly do other things. You can pick up your acting fees at the office on the way out. Now we'll measure that. That's pretty heavy. Woo! Oh, that should have sagged it right down. Actually, it's looking pretty good at the moment. That's measuring exactly 915 millimetres. What's that? It's gone down 915 millimetres. I'll check the other side in a minute. 45 mil, which in the old terms would be, I'll just check this other side. Just to make sure we're not cheating here. Yeah, that's exactly the same. 915, which is, now that is, we haven't actually weighed that yet, have we? But it'll be around 800 to 900 kilos, which is 3 times well, twice the weight that it's supposed to have. So we've done some testing on it. It didn't sag more than about 5 mil with all the driving we've been doing. We'll do some more work with it, but parabolics seem to be the way to go. Certainly quieter, smoother, better to ride in, more flexibility, and take the load off the crown and pinion. So this is just an ordinary spring. It's a heavy duty one, obviously, off this vehicle. But imagine the interleaf friction between this when you had to try and push them down, and they've all got a slide. Before it even transmits and accepts some of the movement, it's going to jump the whole thing, shock the whole truck. So with this parabolics, where we've got no contact actually between the leaves until we reach probably 300 to 400 kilos, where that will touch that, there's absolutely no friction between the 2 leaves. So it flexes, as I said before. It's much lighter. It's probably only half the weight of that one there, and it'll twist all over the place, which is meant to do. It's got a nice big thick heavy leaf here, which will take quite a lot of strain, and you saw that we had 3 times the normal amount of weight on here. And so that's the thing, and it's easier even to put on as a mechanic, but that's not a very big problem. But there it is. Rebound clips, front and back, wrap around, and there it is. So we're going to do some more testing, but look forward to big sales in these things, because it's an old idea, but it's with new technology. These things went out, I believe, years and years ago when coil springs come in, but I believe that now we're back into this market for these things. There are many advantages, particularly in my opinion, the taking the shock load off the pinion, as I've mentioned before. Okay, that's it. Let's go.